Any one of you workers want to whistle blow? Send me an email.
For over a decade, I've been on a mission to uncover the truth behind an industry that relies on secrecy.
And you are not being transparent with the customers.
Risking my safety, sometimes my life, just to capture the hidden stories they don't want you to see. Because the one thing this vast empire fears more than anything else is transparency. They know that when people see where these products come from, their profit disappears. I've spent years exposing the horrors behind the fake humane labels.
Is this like the dream home for pigs?
A few weeks of covert footage can only tell you so much. What I need is more. I want years of truth.
How have we got to a stage where we'd all been lied to?
Decades of stories buried under blood and silence.
I just can't believe I worked there, like, doing what I done. Sold my soul to the devil.
I want to understand how these places really work.
But if they knew the dark side of it all, they might think again.
To do that, I need someone willing to risk everything for just one conversation. Someone who's been inside, who's lived it and survived it. And that's where this story begins.
If I could just get one person from the kill floor to talk to me, that would blow this whole thing wide open. The noise and the blood and the smell. You know, there's no way that these profit-hungry death machines are clean. All they care about is numbers. You can just feel it in the way that they talk and the way that they try to hide everything from everyone. Just bet my life on it they're not following the rules in there, eh? Yes, Joey. Okay.
Sometimes all it takes is one person willing to talk, and then everything starts to unravel.
Give us a little bit of backstory who you are.
I'm a ex-slaughterhouse worker. I used to work at Confronting at Watton. Basically the worst 3 years of my life. Right from day one, it was, oh well, there's TV screen, here's a set of headphones, watch these. In the induction, on the films that you're told to watch, it's all like as if they're living in Disneyland and they're all roaming the fields and all this shit. And it's like, well, it's not. And then you see the reality, literally two different worlds, RSPCA or grass-fed or high welfare and all that. It's all just a name on a packet. They all end up at the same slaughterhouse. Having worked on the tunnel, and you can see all the scratches down and the abscesses and stuff like that. You know, it's just like, how have we got to a stage where we'd all been lied to by these industries?
I asked Mike about the culture there and how the staff were treated.
I essentially didn't have a name. I had a number. At the turnstiles, I had to leave my human rights. By that turnstile, I could pick up after 14 hours. Like I felt like less than microbial life.
When I asked Mike what it was really like working in the freezer tunnel, he explained how much pressure there was to keep the line running no matter what.
The meat was gone up like that, and it had gone straight up and over. It was on the floor. So he was scrabbling around on the floor, picking it up and sticking it back on the line. I screamed, "What the hell are you doing?" Supervisor come down, even saw him pick 5 bits up off the floor. Supervisor couldn't give a shit. "Oh no, just keep it flowing, keep it flowing."
This deeply frustrated Mike, as he felt like he was the only one who cared about the hygiene of the meat. His frustration grew when he saw meat that he believed was beyond salvageable due to tumours or abscesses being put back into the supply.
We did have a red crate, so if I noticed any abscesses or anything, I'd take it out the thing and put it in there. So they'd either wait until I was on break, and they'd then tell someone else, just cut round it and then store it there, and then night time we'll just put it back on the line.
For you in that area,
I asked Mike, since he was working away from the kill floor and the gas chamber, if he was aware or not aware of what goes on in there.
Even though we never saw the kill floor, you could hear the screams that still live with me. And I'm lucky if I get about half an hour, 2 hours sleep a night, because I'll close my eyes and I still hear them screams. And they will probably live with me for the rest of my life. Saw the kill floor. You can hear the screams that still live with me.
I'd been trying for weeks to find anyone else willing to talk, with no success. But then, a message came through. I didn't know his name. All I knew was that he'd been there, and he was ready to talk.
I went and seen this woman. Basically, it was just a couple of questions. She said, "Oh, when can you start? Can you start Monday?" I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And that was it then. Sold my soul to the devil. The first day I went, I come home, I cried. Because I just couldn't believe what I seen. If I had something else to go to that day, I would have. I'd been gone. Definitely. It's just, I went to prison twice.
He began to share the story of his life before he walked into that slaughterhouse. The time spent in and out of prison, the job he lost, and the desperate search for work so he could support his family.
I applied for lots of jobs and nothing come up, and I ended up getting stuck here, like, you know. I did try and get out of there as soon as I could, you know, but I ended up working over there for over a year. That's what I mean. I love animals. I absolutely love them. I just can't believe I worked there, like, doing what I done. It just sickens me, like. I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's just a thing I had to do to pay the bills, to pay for the house, keep a roof over my head. It's either that or go back to my naughty ways and do things which I don't want to do no more.
I began by asking him what his job involved and what his day-to-day reality inside that facility actually looked like.
Basically, I worked in Pilgrim's Pride in Bristol, and what I did, my job was like the link from start to finish. I went in as a forklift driver. Before you knew it, then picking up dead pigs from when they were in the waste end. Basically, the slaughter room, we had to wash all that down after. That's our daily job. I was a door lads. That's the condemned meat. That's all big pussy cysts and big belly and bits of all sorts of pig. You can see maggots as well. Some of the ones I seen with maggots in them.
What's that? Why is it that colour? It looks brown.
It's just rotted, mate. It's been there for probably 2 weeks.
He explained how trucks loaded with rotting pig flesh were often left to sit until the contents overflowed, spilling across the floor. Sometimes plastic would get dumped in with the waste, and because that meant fines for the company, they made him climb into the back of the truck to dig it out by hand.
So 2 truckloads of that kind of stuff a day?
Yeah, it'd be full, and I mean full of maggots. And we had to go through it all and get the plastic back out. It was bad. It was bad. It opened up my eyes the first day, put it that way.
What it feels like here is that they've kind of entrapped you under the pretense of a different job title, knowing people wouldn't come in, and then they switch it on you in order to get you in the door, right?
Yeah, they give you a set of overalls and a set of wellies, and that's it. And you're thinking, why am I wearing wellies to drive a fork truck? And I understood why. But I've seen many people like they come in thinking they're going to be driving forklifts, and they're like, I can't handle this, mate, I'm gone. And they leave like.
I then asked him how he was treated by management during his time there.
I got treated, well, me and my friend, we got treated like shit. And I mean like shit. I tried speaking to him before. I told him I'm struggling. It do get stressful when you can't have a break, you can't have your food, you can't do nothing. You're just constantly flat out, get radio call after radio call after radio call. Who's working 12-hour days, no breaks, nothing. I got scars on my leg from my wellies. When they cut into me where I didn't stop, I was working on my own, trying to do 2 shifts on my own. And I asked for help, and my manager didn't want to know. That was too much. I was on the verge of killing myself. Personally, I just wanted to do myself in. I went home and I thought, I can't deal with it. I told my manager, he didn't bat an eyelid, he didn't say nothing. Like, oh mate, do you want to talk or anything? Nothing like that. Do whatever you've got to do. And that's all he said to me.
I was lost for words at what he was describing. But what he said next would further confirm Pilgrim's slaughterhouse had no regard for the people working inside it.
Yeah, basically somebody died and had a heart attack.
So this guy's getting resuscitated on the floor and everyone there watching. You were there watching?
Yeah, and there's women crying and nobody else said no counselling, no nothing. And there's people upset as well who do them really, really well, like, you know, don't care whatsoever.
Not even the death of a fellow human being they would stop killing pigs for one day for. They don't give a fuck, it's money no matter what, right?
Yeah. And one thing that affected me the most was when I first went there, the pigs coming off the truck, with limbs missing, tails missing, ears missing. Oh, they just said, you have to bolt it. And I'm an animal lover myself. Although I work there, I love animals, and I've never hurt an animal. I couldn't bolt them. Personally, I seen somebody before bolt a pig 5 times, and the thing was still trying to walk.
The stories are just...
Yeah.
They're on another level of fucked up, really. Like,
Yeah.
and
That's it, yeah.
Ben began painting a disturbing picture of the other workers inside.
It's crazy, mate. The stuff I seen, like people kicking pigs' eyeballs around and playing marbles with them and stuff. And we used to call them the Ted Bundys, we did, like. That's what we used to call them ones. Swinging pigs' penises around and whipping each other with them. And we stick a pig head over his head, like properly put his face in there and try to wear it, like, mad. Nobody batted an eyelid, like, nobody cared.
that is just pure desensitized to like
Yeah.
extreme levels of like just brutal violence.
And I just remember just hearing that sound, like, you know, that squealing. Every day I heard that squeal. I was like, okay, yeah. And it still sticks to my mind now to this day.
I then asked him, even though he didn't work directly on the kill floor, if he ever saw anything shocking on the days he was called in there.
I remember the one day seeing it, and they hung one pig up, and I seen the baby actually still moving inside the pig, like, you know, the piglets still inside the belly, still moving. Well, she's dead, like the mother.
So they're killing mother pigs in there,
Yeah,
hanging them up,
yeah,
and you could still see the piglets moving around in her stomach alive.
yeah.
Like most people, that is a very shocking thing to see.
You should see him like going to the gas chamber. I used to call it myself personally the stairway to heaven, and I was it like, and then you heard him going crazy, like, you know, anxious, and you heard it squealing, and all of a sudden they go quiet, and then that's it, they're over and done with, like.
When pigs are gassed, a Ferris wheel system lowers cages filled with pigs into a deep pit filled with high concentrations of CO2 gas. CO2 is acidic and is aversive to the eyes, throat and lungs of the pigs. They often panic, gasping for air, desperately trying to escape as they struggle in agony for around 20 seconds and sometimes up to a minute before finally losing consciousness. The pigs are then chained by their leg upside down and conveyed down the line. UK regulations require the pig to be rendered dead by the gas itself, but insiders claim that is not what always happens in practice. So Mike heard the screams, and Ben stood beside the terrifying machines that caused them. So now, there's only one place left to go.
So I've done some nasty stuff, don't get me wrong, I'm not no angel at all. It's not because I wanted to do it, it just come with a job.
With that amount of animals coming through, do you think it's even possible to do it to the laws that they have?
No chance. Every slaughterhouse that's about, all animals just get gored, they get whacked, they get kicked, they get chucked about, just to get them numbers.
People might say, well, we have the FSA and they have, an officer inside of these.
That red tractor and all that, it's just a load of bollocks. They don't give two fucks. It just looks good on their record. They've got this, they've got that, and they've got everything else. It's just bollocks, really. It don't really mean anything. They're people at top. Now we know what's going on. They just turn a blind eye.
Craig, not his real name, walked into Morrison's abattoir when he was just 16 years old. And he never left. For more than 20 years, he worked on the kill floor, the very heart of the operation, where the haunting screams of countless animals pass through his blood-soaked hands. The one who can finally show us what really happens at the core of this brutal system.
When pigs do arrive in wagons, some of them have broken legs. The front legs are broke, the back legs are broke. I think wagons now have started putting that mesh over the grills. They put mesh. Reason why that is because some of the pigs were sniffing through, obviously, bars and floors, because they're on floors. It's been coming down and taking faces off. I've had to go on back of trailers and shoot them because half the face is missing. They had a electric stun box, a shitty little thing, really. The design of it, they were like pigs were too small to go in, and they were getting heads trapped underneath. You had to shoot them. Sometimes if you couldn't stick them properly, only other way were to cut its head off. Cut its head off alive. And
Alive, conscious, still conscious.
Still conscious, still alive.
I asked him, after his 2 decades on the kill floor, what part of the job affected him the most.
So, there's been pregnant sows in lairage. They've give birth to piglets in the morning. They've been running about, and they just get put in a basket. They go in gas chamber, come out the other side, get their throats slit, and then they go straight in bin. That's it. They're no good to us. Get them in bin. That's it. Just bin the lot.
And were you there to witness that?
I've done it. I've had to do it. I've witnessed it, and I'm not proud of doing it, but it's just like I've had to just get on with the job, basically.
Who gave you the order to do that?
Management just said that's what you have to do. Get on with it, basically. Even vet, he'll tell you to just do it. There's been times there's been pregnant using, they've been giving birth, and they've basically shot the mum while it's been giving birth. And I've seen lads opening the sack up and cut animals open and little hearts still beating away. And then you're just chucking it about and butchering it, just an unborn baby. It's like, it's disgusting.
That's a story that most people wouldn't know unless you worked inside.
Yeah.
Craig then dropped a shocking testimony about the gas chamber regularly malfunctioning, which left suffering pigs coming out still alive, down to the kill line to be gutted.
When winter comes, they need to recalibrate their machine. Sometimes they don't bother, and we report it, pigs are coming out. They're still coming out when they were alive, or...
And you complained about this and...
Oh, you complain about it. You can complain. There's been times when I've had to go to office, tell them, right, listen, I'm not killing anymore because your machine's fucked, basically. It's not playing up to scratch. You can't do this. You can't get away with stuff like this. You just get, shut up and get on with it.
As an investigator, we see horrible things, but kind of things that you have to try to imagine they're doing, you don't really register in your mind as a normal human, right? The distance between what you're telling me and what they advertise to people is so vast.
Oh, it's vast, yeah.
It's almost like believing in Santa Claus.
Yeah. They'll just tell you anything to keep you quiet and just to get you off the backs.
Someone walks in a supermarket, they go down the meat aisle, they see a pig on the grass in a picture, they see an RSPCA approved stamp.
Approved stamp, red tractor.
Red tractor.
It's just all bollocks, isn't it? It's just the pictures, like everything. Pictures tell a story, what you want to believe in that story, don't they? But the dark side of it is what actually goes on from that to that shelf.
Can you remember any particular animal that kind of you warm to?
Some pigs, so I'd take them home. I shouldn't really be saying this, but I took an apple in. I give one an apple and fucking hell, it loves it. It's like talking to you, can stroke them. You have rubber gloves on, the chewy rubber gloves, they are fairly friendly animals. All have their own different characters. It's just like every one of us. They are actually intelligent animals. They know what's going on. I don't give a fuck what you say. If anybody says they don't have a clue, they don't know what's going on. They know exactly what's going on. They're very intelligent animals, they are really.
How do they act if they can sense something's wrong?
A good example is when Like I said, when they come off the wagon and lairage is empty, as soon as they get near that gas chamber, obviously they can smell it. From there, just like run back, try and get back on trailer. The first couple that's come up to smelt gas, they're the hardest to get into the chamber, because they know what's coming.
As we went deeper, Craig started to reveal the psychological toll of being a Morrison's hired killer.
Sleeping, I have nightmares sleep. I still dream about cattle going into box, killing piglets and take their life off them. It's like flashback, you get flashbacks about it all. Sometimes it's like sweating, you just wake up sweating. And
Do you see any of these pigs' faces in particular?
I see pigs, I see cattle, I've seen pigs in chamber, sort of say, why are you doing this to me?
So you think that the way the animals are expressing themselves with fear is that they're expressing that fear to you? Like,
yeah, as if so, why help? It's a kind of help, if you will, and why there's actually no need for it. There's no need for it, really.
why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
And you still carry that burden now?
Yeah, I don't think it will leave, it won't leave. It's always going to be there, isn't it? I've had all them years, and management and all that lot. If you have a sore or you sprain yourself or your joints are fucked, we'll send you to physio. But there's nothing about your mental health. They don't do anything about seeing somebody, counselling, talk to anybody about what you've done. They don't offer none of that. Nothing. It's just a case of, right, you've done sin, whatever you've done, and you go home. Nearly everybody deal with it through alcohol or drugs, and that's how people cope with what they've had to do, and they try and put it at back of your head, and you've got to go in next day and do it all again.
From the beginning, this industry made one thing clear. They rely on secrecy. Locked gates, closed doors.
Don't look inside of here, barrier. Don't want anyone to see what we're up to in here.
Mike only found the truth after watching our expose of the gas chamber where he worked.
We are currently locked down on top of a gas chamber here at Cranswick, Watton.
Ben and Craig came forward after seeing the video of me protesting outside the Morrison's slaughterhouse.
If you've seen some shit in here that's pretty f***ed up, let me know, and I won't snitch on you.
It broke something open in them. It broke the silence. 3 men from 3 different sites, 3 different lives, one similar story. Between them, a picture formed.
The whole site never really followed protocol.
I was on the verge of killing myself. Health and safety manager seen me. I was nearly having a breakdown, like.
It's not about the welfare, your workers, your animals or anything. It's all about numbers and figures.
Not just of extreme animal suffering, but of the human toll too. All of them trapped in a system designed to keep everyone quiet. Workers, animals, and the public. A system feeding every major supermarket in this country.
Marks and Spencer's,
Tesco's, Sainsbury's,
Waitrose,
Aldi, Asda.
And the one company that kept coming up.
I'm pretty sure it was Morrison's as well.
Morrison's.
This Woodhead Bros is owned by Morrison's.
Morrison's. After hearing Craig's shocking story, there needed to be accountability.
I'm going to the headquarters of Morrison's right now. If they've got nothing to hide, they should be willing to talk to me about it.
I had to confront someone at the very top. The CEO of Morrison's. A man who publicly claims to be big on accountability.
Our values are about accountability. We absolutely need to question ourselves, how to be aware of what the customers say to us, how to be aware of what the colleagues say to us, what I can do, what my job is.
Craig's wife had sent them multiple emails outlining Craig's shocking story with no success.
You sent this to this CEO in an email? The CEO of Morrison's?
The old Morrison's.
And notified them they had no choice but to bring that story to me. So, they were aware I was coming. But we didn't even make it past the front gate.
Security?
Hi, good afternoon.
We needed to give him his right to respond and have his point of view about what the mental health of the workers were forced to do, killing of the baby animals that are born in the abattoir and
I
the horrible...
understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but we're not expecting you.
You didn't see the emails that the allegations that was putting forth to about Morrison's abattoir?
Back in March and April, yes.
And so did you do anything about those allegations? Or
I'm not having a conversation with you about it on the phone because I don't actually know who you are.
Joey Carbstrong. She mentioned me in the emails. I thought you might have had a report about it. You're going to do something about it or anything like it. I didn't think it was like
the sarcasm of your tone. So what I suggest is I'll track down.
It's serious allegations, though.
Yeah, you can talk over the top of me all you like and say things like that.
Okay, well, do you want me to list some of the allegations to you? Some of them are criminal in nature.
No, not really.
Is this how you spoke to about these allegations as well? Is this how you disregarded her? These are serious allegations about a man's mental health and animal cruelty. Just, she's hung up.
Nobody will see you, so you'll have to leave.
All right. The PA to the CEO hung up on me, actually. She not only hung up on me, she completely disregarded some very serious allegations. Like, this is what happens behind the scenes. When it's not come out yet, the story, this is how they act. And then when it comes out there and the media are contacting them and all that, then they'll be like, oh, we care about animal welfare. No, you don't. You didn't when we came to you and gave you an opportunity to address this. I went into this investigation looking for cruelty, corruption, and cover-ups. But what I didn't see coming was the transformation of the men who trusted me with their stories. Mike left the slaughterhouse and finally started getting help for his trauma. Like, how would you describe your life now compared to where it was?
Changed massively, like really massively, in just 2, 3 or 4 little steps. The impact has been massive.
Stopped eating any products derived from animals.
I saw pigment.
Oh, really?
Which straight away that turned me vegan.
And began fighting for the animals instead of packaging them.
I was like great pride in standing outside the front of there now, protesting for what goes on.
Ben walked away and said he could breathe again for the first time in years.
It's good to get things off your chest. Good to talk to someone about it, like, you know? Yeah, I feel a lot better just by sat here by talking to you, like, you know?
Today, instead of dragging bodies off trailers, he rescues animals.
Like a baby egg dog. We stood on him in the house, like, you know, looking after him. He's hibernating now. We made him a nice little bed and...
Giving him the kindness he was never allowed to show inside that building. And the man who survived over 2 decades on the kill floor, a place that pushed him to alcohol just to cope. Only after leaving was he able to get clean and start living again.
I drank a bottle of whiskey a day, and maybe 8 to 10 cans of cider, lager.
How's your drinking now?
I've stopped.
You've stopped drinking?
Stopped drinking.
And instead of facing the horrors of the Morrison's death factory, will now focus on caring for his wife and her elderly parents. You're going to do a bit of be a carer instead of forced to be a killer. From a killer to a carer. From meatpacker to activist. From slaughter worker to rescuer. From killer to carer. Their mental health improved not because they got support, but because they got out. But there's one more transformation left. It's ours.
What really has to happen is there has to be like a large-scale boycott.
Because this system only exists for one reason. Supply and demand.
You are asking a small percentage of society to do something that is so fucking beyond horrific to these beings that are so beyond innocent for a product that is beyond trivial that you can easily replace. It's absolutely insane. I just don't have any other words.
So as I drive home, profoundly affected by the stories I've heard, I can only think of one thing. These places don't run by themselves. They run on money, our money. And if we keep giving it to them, they will keep killing. And the greedy ones at the top definitely won't stop out of empathy. So that leaves only us. And it all starts with what we put on our dinner plates.